He's had amazing results because
I have arthritis. I can feel it in my hands.
Right.
And when I stay away from it, I don't have any of those issues. The alternative is to save your money and die young.
So let's talk about that. Welcome to the Ageless Blonde Podcast, where we talk about all things health, wellness, and mindset. And I have a very special guest today. His name is my father.
My dad.
I have Curt here, who is about to be 65 years old in just a couple days.
Yep, Wednesday.
How do you feel about that?
I don't feel like I'm that old.
You don't look that old.
Well, thank you. That's sweet.
So I brought him here to share all of the amazing anti-aging things we have done and how we've changed, well, together. You also educated yourself and changed your life. And everyone comes up to him and says, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look so young." And he has all this energy, and he is always on the go. He's walking how many miles a day?
I try to do, actually, it's 100 miles a month.
100 miles a month.
Yeah.
And he's had several injuries, and we want to talk about what we've done for the injuries or what he's done, because I can't take all the credit.
Right.
You've educated yourself.
But you've helped me so much.
Yeah. But he's been researching about peptides
For a long time.
as long as I have.
32 years in aviation, and then I transitioned to peptides.
So now you're going to be a health and wellness guru too?
Yeah, for myself, for sure.
For yourself and your friends?
But I truly enjoy educating others.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Well, I think when it's something that's impacted your life so significantly and so much that you're like, how can I not talk about it? Because it's changed my life. And when you're struggling with not being able to walk every day or work out every day, or you're, gaining weight or not feeling good, this is a huge thing that you've been able to utilize, a tool that you've been able to utilize to help, make your life better.
No, you're right. There's nothing better than people telling you you don't look like you're 65.
Yeah. That's what I'm going for. I want to be like, I'm 65, but everyone thinks I'm 35. So that'd be nice. Let's talk about injuries. So what was one of your most significant, painful injuries that impacted your day-to-day?
Well, actually, I've had two. I think the worst was the torn meniscus.
Yeah.
And then I had the torn rotator cuff.
Right.
With actually a hole in it.
Yeah, and that was super painful.
So both were pretty severe.
Right.
And both injuries required surgery.
Right. So basically, he went to the doctor, the regular physician, orthopedic surgeon. Did you see at that point? I can't remember.
Dr. Sampson.
Well, before Dr. Sampson, you saw an orthopedic surgeon?
I did.
Okay, and the orthopedic surgeon said you needed surgery on your shoulder and your knee.
Yeah, and my knee immediately because it was a pretty bad tear.
Okay, and that was going to be a knee replacement? Or,
right.
Yeah.
It'd be a full knee replacement.
You were going to need a knee replacement and surgery on your shoulder, and you came to me and started saying, this is what the doctor said, and I was like, oh, no, let's try some alternative options before you go down that path. Not that I'm against surgery. I'm not. I used to work in the PACU and recovery and all those things, but I thought, let's try some alternative things to see if we could heal your injuries.
Which basically went straight to PRP.
Right.
And, I did the PRP with the blood. And I'm not going to say it didn't work, but it didn't last long. I went back, had the PRP with the fat, which hurt a little bit because they take the fat from your back.
Right.
And it seemed to help somewhat.
Right.
But what really fixed the problem was the PRP with the bone marrow.
The bone marrow, yeah.
Which was a little more painful, but the PRP with the bone marrow helped the pain go away.
Right.
Not totally. What today has helped it go away totally is the BPC peptide with the AOD 9604.
So basically, guys, he did platelet-rich plasma, which would be, they basically take his own blood and spin it, and they take that plasma and inject it into the injury to promote a healing response. So he did a couple rounds of PRP, which actually a lot of people have fantastic results with that.
Right.
I think your injuries were so bad that you had to do...
It's the severity, because he told me I was right on the cusp.
Of needing surgery.
Yeah, for the knee. The shoulder was a little different.
Right.
But actually when we did all three, we did the shoulder and we did the knee.
Basically what he's saying is he was able to see Dr. Steven Sampson, which is in LA. He's a fantastic DO. He specializes in injuries, sports injuries. And he's a fantastic doctor. He did PRP, then he did a fat, basically pulled fat and also bone marrow. That was different sessions to help promote healing the injury in the knee. And what's really cool was you were able to utilize your body's own healing capacity to heal those injuries like you. And so then after he had done those couple procedures, you were still having some pain, but it was a lot better. And that's when we started really hitting peptide therapy.
Well, it had minimized my abilities to walk and to lift weights.
Yeah, you weren't able to work out.
Yeah, and even with the initial PRP with just the blood, it really didn't enable that because I think the severity of the injuries were too bad.
Right.
And then with the fat, I was praying that would work, but apparently, and it did. It just didn't last as long.
Right.
But with the bone marrow, I feel like that was what it took to fix that issue.
And just so you guys know, the bone marrow is full of stem cells. So, there's various treatments you can do to heal injuries. I'm a really big advocate on PRP. I'm a big advocate on stem cells. I love stem cells. I think they're fantastic for promoting healing. And so basically, you saw results with these procedures, using plasma and then also using basically the bone marrow, which is stimulating stem cells.
It's not something that you can get and then in 2 months you're out doing your 100 miles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It takes time.
It takes time. It takes about 2 to 3 months. To keep that from coming back, the peptides is truly what kicked in and keeps that from hurting. I mean, it doesn't hurt me at all today.
Yeah.
Either one. And I mean, I still bench press with dumbbells. I don't use the flat bar because they told me not to. But I can still do that. I'm back to the weight that I was at when I was 35 years old.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive what the peptides have done.
So let's talk about, you started peptides, BPC 157, you saw a big change. It's interesting because AOD is more for fat loss, but you saw results like with pain relief with AOD. Yeah,
I mean, I tried several. I think the BPC was a big contributor.
Right.
I think ipamorelin is another.
So let's talk about that. As we get older, we don't stimulate as much growth hormone. And now that you're pushing 65, you're able to stimulate growth hormone with peptides. And so what's crazy about that is it also helps repair injuries. So it's interesting that he thinks that the AOD helped him so much because everyone that I know in this space is utilizing it for fat loss, but there's some studies that show that it can help heal cartilage and repair tissue as well. So you were one of the first people to tell me that you noticed a big change with AOD, the peptide AOD. And so I think that's so interesting because now I'll probably utilize it more for people that have cartilage issues or osteoarthritis issues. And you were diagnosed with arthritis?
Yes, I was. Pretty bad arthritis, but much more so in my shoulders.
Okay.
Which, I was always an avid weightlifter, so I think that's the contributing factor to the, the torn rotator cuff. Lifting
really heavy. Right. Let's go back to the human growth analog peptides, because you've tried probably all of them. So that would be like the IGF peptide,
LR3.
LR3, the CJC, listen to him, he's spouting them off.
And ipamorelin.
Did you tesamorelin?
Yep.
Yeah. So which one has been your favorite so far?
Oh, I think by far the IGF LR3.
Really?
And I think where it helps me the most is post-workout.
Okay, so recovery.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily like the CJC 1295 where you take at night with the ipamorelin, after you've eaten, of course.
Right.
It helps some, but the IGF, and again, I think all these peptides are based on your DNA.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think they may help different people different ways.
Right.
But with respect to me, I think the LGF or the IGF LR3 has probably been the most beneficial.
The IGF LR3, yeah. So that one is fantastic for stimulating human growth hormone while you're taking it at bedtime, or no?
No, I take it right after I work out.
Oh, right after post-workout. So you're finding that it's helping you with recovery.
Immediately after you finalize your workout, you do the IGF LR3.
Okay. And then let's talk about what are your favorite supplements, like you think that have helped?
Well, I do a daily magnesium. I'm a big 10X fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You like his supplements.
Yeah, so I pretty much buy all my supplements from 10X. I like the zinc, magnesium.
You like their B complex.
The alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. B complex. I think they're all pretty good,
Yeah.
I think the beauty of those supplements is you only take one. You don't necessarily have to take 3 or 6.
Right, they're pretty potent.
Yeah, so it makes it easy, and you don't get the heartburn, from taking so many supplements.
And then I want to talk about something that's really important. I think that he's had amazing results from peptide therapy because he lives the lifestyle. So I think a lot of people want to take something to just fix their life, to lose weight, to build muscle, and that's not how peptide therapy works. You have to actually work on bettering your life every day. It's a full lifestyle shift. So your diet plays a part, your supplements play a part, your sleep plays a part. There's so many different things you have to do to optimize what the peptides will do. And so you did that as well. You and I were both pretty chubby back in the day, and we ate a lot of fast food, and we didn't have the knowledge and the tools we have now. And so we probably were very unhealthy. You had high cholesterol, you had hypertension.
Sure did.
I had pre-diabetes. My mom passed away early at a young age from health issues. My sister had health issues. Almost all our family had different health issues because we didn't have these tools of how to change our life like we do now.
Right.
And so we all changed our diet as a family. And I'd say the reason why you had such good success with the things you've been doing is because you work out regularly. You lift 3 days a week.
Probably lift 5 days a week.
5 days a week?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I thought it was 3.
Because I'll mix it up. I'll lift and then cardio.
Okay.
But a lifting cardio.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
And then I'll walk every day. I usually try to do 4 to 5 miles a day. Not necessarily on weekends because I have to have my weekends for some fun time. So
yeah, you have to have a break. That's a lot. So he's basically working out 5 days a week, whether it's walking or weight training. I recommend weight training at least 3 days a week while you're on these peptides, or just in general. Weight training 3 days a week is so important because building muscle mass helps promote longevity. So then you changed your diet. So should we talk about your diet? Because what did you eat before versus now? Like all of us, we did.
I think we all get. I mean, I had a very high stress job. Right. Very high stress job. And
being in aviation.
Yeah, and I worked for a huge Pratt & Whitney, huge manufacturer.
Yeah.
And the stress was very high. I had facilities in other countries, so I traveled a lot. And I feel when you travel a lot, you eat a lot of fast food.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of food that has bad oils. You know what I mean? So you gain weight whether you want to gain it or not.
Right.
You don't sleep much. You're stressed.
Yeah.
I mean, all those factors come into play.
For sure.
Since I've retired, I don't eat fast food. I don't. I eat gluten-free as much as I can.
Right. And how much weight did you feel you lost a lot of weight when you
went from like 230 to like 190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw a big difference.
But I think a lot of that comes with the working out. That's a big piece of it. The walking is a big piece of it. I mean, you got to speed walk some. You can't just walk at your leisure. Right. So, you got to burn the calories and sweat. But I think, it's truly beneficial to me. I get to walk at the beach. So that, that's maybe a little spoiled, but
yeah. Might make you want to walk a little more.
Yeah.
You have that.
It does. It does. And you get the breeze. But I think those are the biggest contributors.
The diet change. Yeah. And then you would say that you don't eat processed sugars.
I don't eat any. I don't even eat nothing processed.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from all processed foods.
Yeah. So we avoid processed foods as much as possible. We don't eat a lot of processed sugars. We went gluten-free, occasional dairy if it's organic, but like you change your whole your whole diet.
Well, you have to, especially when you get older, you have to do that. You know what I mean? You can't eat those sugars. Gluten-free, I mean, I encourage everyone to be gluten-free. It makes a big difference. Like I have arthritis. I can feel it in my hands, honestly.
If you eat gluten.
I can.
Yeah.
Because it causes inflammation. And it's not just there to me in your elbows. It's everywhere.
Right.
And when I stay away from it, I don't have any of those issues.
So you were able to eliminate pain by changing your diet. You were able to really heal a lot of the injuries you have by implementing peptides. And you're saying working out has helped you lose weight and just your mood and has helped with everything. So
one of the things I like about peptides is you almost have to experiment with those. Whether taking the tablet or giving yourself the shot. But I think they all work different for different strokes for different folks, I guess is the old term.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So you have to try it and give it some time to see if it's going to work. It's not going to be a bottle. It's going to be 3 bottles, you know what I mean?
3 months
or 2 vials, to see if they're actually working because they're not immediate.
Right. Right.
But the longevity, it's amazing. And you'll eventually figure out what really works for you.
Right. Yeah, because some things work better for other people, and it also depends on your lifestyle and like what you're doing on a daily basis to see like the max potential of what you're going to get from it. Like I've had people that are like, oh, you know, BPC didn't really work for me, and I'm like, well, what is your like terrain like? What is your gut like? Like if you're somebody that's like super unhealthy, these are going to take longer, and you're going to have to do a little more work to get to the point you want to get to. And by the way, if you've been injured or sick for years, you can't expect to be better in a month or two. It takes work.
Yeah.
And I think you put a lot of work into it. You're willing to put in work to get results, and you got them.
I did.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, starting with the tablets kind of leads you to doing the shots.
Right.
But the shots are so much better.
Yeah, a little more potent.
So much stronger, work so much faster. But again, it's just not a fast process. You have to take time with it.
Right.
And understand what really works for you.
So what are some peptides are there any that you haven't tried that you want to try? Because there's so many. And there's some that I've never tried. Like,
I mean, there's a lot I want to try.
Yeah.
But it's like GHK. You know, I know that's super good for your skin.
Right.
I tried it. It burns.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But then the more I researched it, it's like do a blend
right.
with BPC and GHK.
It's a glow blend.
It's perfect. I mean, that's the thing.
So you're mixing it right now?
Yeah, I mix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I take that shot, and it works great. You know what I mean?
And it doesn't burn anymore.
It doesn't burn at all.
That's really important to know, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people mix it, and I've also had people dilute it a little more. The GHKCU, you can add a little more of the dilutant to it, and that helps with it. But you're right, it does burn, but it's such a great peptide for skin and anti-aging.
Well, one thing with the GHK, I will say, and this is what happened to me. Just because it's blue, don't let it scare you.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like a purple-blue tint.
Yeah, because when I got it, I'm like, okay, so I got to mix this?
It's the only colored injectable peptide that, it throws you off. So my sisters and I are like, what are you putting on your skin? Your skin looks better. And he was like, oh, I'm just putting topical BPC 157 and GHKCU
BPC
cream. I was like, why do you have this? And like, we don't have it. And also, why? Like, well, I now have the serum and I'm obsessed, but it's just GHKCU serum. But the cream you used for like 3 months and you noticed a big change.
I did,
like a crazy change.
No, you do. It works. And again, it takes time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the frequency of putting it on is quite frequent.
Yeah, but can we put it like all over our body now, like on our arms? And how big is the bottle? We need
it's about that big. And no, I just do my face and neck.
Oh, I want to do it like everywhere.
I think it would help anywhere, you know, because I mean, I surfed a lot throughout my life. So I get some of the brown spots, you know, from the sun.
They're gone.
I know, and that's because of that topical treatment. It's helped that much.
That's crazy. He used to have a lot of sun damage, like all around here and some on his forehead. And I noticed that the hyperpigmentation's gotten better.
And I think a lot of that's because I didn't wear sunglasses like you should be.
Yeah, or sunblock.
Yeah, right.
So you think that it's truly changed your skin?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
I'm laughing because I should be the one using this all the time and he's using it, but he's had amazing results. So let's talk a little bit about your career. We know it was stressful. We know that you did it for a long time and you were exposed to, well, a lot of chemicals, right?
Yeah.
And so things that maybe you didn't even think about then, you're thinking about now. So what were something that you were exposed to that you were like, oh man?
Well, actually, I ran an overhaul shop for many years. And in doing so, you know, I had a clean line. And in that clean line, you know, we had chrome tanks, we had aluminum. I mean, there's just so many different nickel, so many different chemicals.
A lot of metals.
That I was exposed to, that my employees were exposed to. It was scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you eliminate chrome? How do you eliminate these different chemicals?
Right.
So when I look at like some of the household items of today, a big one, I mean, I love my deodorant.
Yeah.
But, you know, it has aluminum in it.
Right.
And that's one of the first things I did was eliminate all aluminum.
Antiperspirants.
Not necessarily just my antiperspirants and deodorant, but all of my cooking utensils, all my pots, all my pans, you know, went to stainless.
Yeah.
I changed all of that because I know how bad aluminum is for you.
Right.
I mean, even to this day, there's still dentists that put the aluminum in your mouth. But, I mean, just having that in your mouth or putting that under your arms. I mean, truly, you think about what does aluminum do when you put it under your arms? it does nothing other than block your sweat ducts. Sweat ducts. That's all it does. So it's not allowing you to get those toxins out of your body.
Right.
That's
right. Sweating
that's the big reason why you shouldn't be using any deodorant that has aluminum in it.
Right. And sweating is a detox. It's a form of detoxification. So you actually want to sweat.
Yeah.
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 You don't want to smell, but you need to sweat.
And it doesn't mean you don't wear deodorant. It means that you get a deodorant that doesn't have aluminum in it.
Clean deodorant is the way to go. And I mean, most people know this, but there's some people out there that don't know it. And it's a big deal. You really should switch over your personal care items to clean items, organic, or things that don't have added chemicals. Right. So you switched your Old Spice to what?
I don't think it was Old Spice. I'm not really sure what.
I just feel like most men use Old Spice. I don't know.
Yeah, I switched over just to a natural deodorant.
Yeah, like Native or something like that.
I think it's like Salt and Stone, I think. Or
I love Salt and Stone.
Like
Salt and Stone is so good.
That's great.
They're at Air One, of course, but they are also at Sephora now, I think. And their products are amazing.
And it smells good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a nice, clean
But I was afraid because, I mean, I'm a man. I get BO.
Right, right.
So I had to try a few.
Yeah.
And that one seems to work really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take bentonite clay and detox your armpits in the bath. That's a thing you can do too, but most people don't know about that. Bentonite clay is like a clay powder, and you can actually just put it on your armpits, and it will detox your armpits, which I recommend doing on occasion. I've heard of people putting lemon juice under their armpits. I've never done that, but you could try it. There's different things you can do to detox the smell out. But a lot of times if you have a really bad smell, it means you need a full body detox.
Yeah.
But everyone sweats. So it's, clean deodorant's the way to go. So you change your deodorant. Let's talk about, then we got radical about changing and making sure we had filtered water.
Honestly, I went to the city and asked for a report of the water, and, there's arsenic in everybody's water.
You read the report?
Absolutely. And I encourage anybody to go to your local water department and get a copy and look at what you're drinking, if you're drinking that, or if you're using it, It's it's scary. Honestly, it is. So yeah, I put the water filters on everything I possibly could. Of course, eliminated fluoride many years ago.
Right.
And I feel like those things help. I feel like they help immensely.
Definitely.
It's not like you're going to see a result.
Right.
You just know in your head that it's going to help.
Well, I think too, when you have a filter on your shower head, you're going to notice your hair is going to be better.
It does. It helps.
Like I notice a difference with my hair.
And you just got to remember to change the filter every 6 months.
Yeah. You know what I do? I do an auto ship every 6 months so I don't forget.
There you go. There you go. You don't forget.
Do you have a filter you really like or no? Is there...
No, I've switched between several, mostly like walnut shell and different types. I'd have to go back and look at, there is a certain one that I use, but I can't.
So we'll put links below for some of the things that we're talking about that we switched out. What about air purifiers that you bought all of us?
I'll tell you, I love my Air Doctor. And,
Air Doctor.
I encourage everyone to have an air purifier. It truly makes you breathe better.
Right.
It helps immensely. And where I found it helped me the most is if you have animals.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
If you have animals, I don't know how you can live without an air purifier.
Because of pet dander.
You have to.
Yeah, so we all have air doctors, I think, now. And it's really important because we have fires and that air quality is really bad, at least in LA. And we also any kind of mold spores, bacteria, and viruses. It cleans the air. Yeah, I think we got pretty serious about air purifiers once we had some water damaged buildings and a little bit of mold exposure in the past. It was one of the first things that I implemented in the house was having an air purifier. And I felt like if you have mold in your house or any water damage, if there's nothing else you can do, having an air purifier is going to help for sure.
I think for us, we lived in West Virginia for many years and on the East Coast. Today we're on the West Coast. You get so much rain, you have basements, you get mold.
Right.
And that's just all there is to it. So I think it's even more critical in those areas where you get a lot more rain to have the air purifiers.
Oh, yeah.
Out here you definitely need it, especially with the fires and the things that happen.
Right.
But I think I think it's critical to have air purifier in anybody's home.
Yeah. I have one in the kids' room. I have one in the living room. It's nice. Sometimes it depends on how big your space is. You might need more than one.
What makes you know you need it is the first time you change your filter.
Oh, yeah, and it's disgusting.
And it's like, oh my,
Yeah.
what happened here?
Yeah.
Especially with pet dander.
Right. So what other household things have we changed? So I think we were pretty big on laundry detergent, like cleaners, toothpaste. We've switched out our toothpaste to like organic. No fluoride toothpaste. I'm using Boca. I don't know what you are using, but that's like one of my favorites. Shampoo, conditioner, lotion. Any of those products are your favorite that you can think of? Even with cleaning our fruits and vegetables, we're using baking soda instead of like chemical cleaner.
Yeah.
Household cleaners, we're all clean. Sometimes I use just vinegar to clean with, or thieves or essential oils to clean with. And you guys are doing all that at your house too.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to get rid of the Pine Sol, but we did.
The pine, the what? The what did he just say?
Tough to get rid of the Pine Sol.
Pine Sol?
Uh-huh.
I hope you guys aren't using Pine Sol.
No, not any longer.
Well, if you are, let's switch it out.
We haven't in many years.
I would just say an alternative to Pine Sol would be Branch Basics, or you could take pine essential oil or just vinegar, but no more Pine Sol. I remember using that.
Yeah, Pine Sol and then Gain. Remember how bad Gain was for getting rashes? All you kids got rashes from Gain.
Yeah, we just use a unscented, organic Molly Suds, or we'll link some options down in the description. So, and then you touched a little bit about metals in your job.
Right.
And I want to talk a little bit about metal fillings, because we didn't know that it was a problem for us. And I went to a biological dentist, which I highly recommend, and realized that I had metal fillings. And so then I had to call my family and be like, you got to get your metal fillings out. This is terrible. Like, I didn't know how bad it was. And some of them could be various metals, some of them mercury. Well, some of the crowns are okay, but the metals are what we want to avoid.
Right.
And so I called everyone and I'm like, you got to get your metal fillings out. This is a big deal. And you have to find a dentist that knows how to do this. And you went to a dentist in San Diego that you really like, and he's a biological dentist.
Yes, he is.
And he was like, get all the metals out. Did he tell you anything specifically that?
I mean, it tends to lead more towards dementia, I think, with having metals in your mouth. With my wife having Alzheimer's and passed from Alzheimer's, that's when it first come up, was did she have metals in her mouth? And she did. And, the extraction of that, I did the same. I believe you did the same as well.
Yep.
It's not like you're really going to notice a big difference. It's more mentally that you've eliminated that.
Right.
I mean, metals aren't meant to be in your mouth. I mean,
I've had people tell me that they noticed that their health improved or they had more energy. The problem is a lot of times after you have the metal fillings removed, it is important to go on a binder. And a binder helps pull the heavy metals out of the body. And we all have exposure to heavy metals. I mean, it's literally everyone should be taking an occasional binder to pull out heavy metals. And when I say that, I mean like an activated charcoal or a zeolite or chlorophyll. Some people utilize cilantro. There's different ways you can get rid of heavy metals. It's probably something we should teach about more, but
I think it's a bigger problem than what we realize.
Right, right. So we had all our metal fillings out. I mean, I think it's improved your health. And there's even research that shows that having heavy metals can affect blood pressure and chronic illness and neurological disease. So we were like, we'd rather not take that risk. Let's just get them out. And then I just recommend, if you do get them out, to go to a biological dentist and to be on a binder after. And if you guys need a link, we'll link that too. But biotoxin binder is a good one, or just activated charcoal. Like I said, chlorophyll, cilantro. Chlorophyll's easy. It's drops. You definitely want to detox after.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any one thing that truly revives you. I think it's a combination of all the things that I've talked about.
Right.
So it's hard to pinpoint, what's been the best. If I really had to pick, I would say the PRP and then the peptides.
Yeah.
But I think the metals also helped a lot.
Right.
I feel like too many metals, in my mind, maybe make you lethargic.
Right.
I think they kind of zap you.
Well, it's a toxicity.
Yeah. So I think, you need to look at the whole picture of your health and what is your lifestyle, and what can you change to improve. And honestly, you know, it really started for me around 50. That's when
you started late in the
I had
game.
a different ache everywhere, you know, and you know, I played football, and I did all the things that crazy kids do, and you know, all that. Where you have your injuries is where they hurt when you get older, and that's where your arthritis goes.
So let me ask you a question then. If you would have known about all, like, obviously we educated ourselves because we had to, because we had family members suffering and we went through a lot and we wanted to change our lives after that happened. If you would have known about all these things before when you were younger, would you have implemented them if you would have educated yourself and had the resources to do that? Like,
I think somewhat, you know, you know, when you're younger, you really don't have much money.
You don't always care either. You're kind of
so
like,
it could be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some things for sure. The peptides for sure.
Yeah.
Peptides are wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing. As far as the PRP and injuries, I'd much rather have done that than what I went through.
Right.
Even though the bone marrow piece of the peptide, it is painful.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like going through a full surgery.
Nowadays, we have so many more resources and tools than even just like 10, 20 years ago. And now with AI, we can look up so many different things, and we have so much more knowledge, and we can get knowledge quickly and utilize it faster than ever before.
Well, the recovery of PRP is about a week.
This is not bad at all.
The recovery of a surgery is about 3 or 4 months.
Right.
You know, so it's huge, you know, and you get better results as long as you utilize the peptides following.
Right. Honestly, you can use the peptides after any procedure to heal faster and accelerate healing.
But I don't think any of this works if you don't work out, walk, run, exercise. That's mandatory.
And diet.
And diet. Lifestyle, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Diet for sure. And then have fun. You like to have fun. So he has more fun than me.
Every day, that's one commitment I have, is I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have fun.
Okay, so this is important, guys, because as people get older, they stop having fun. And I'm like, that's something that you inspire me with, because I don't always have fun right now. I'm in school and I have kids and I'm learning and I'm trying to get my master's degree and I'm trying to make money and I don't always have fun. And I think that impacts your health by not having fun. So I'm like trying to weed out some things in my life and figure out ways to have more fun. So will you speak on that? Because even Crystal was just telling you that she realizes that people your age don't have fun. My sister was just saying this, like, people your age don't have fun anymore. So that's what's kept you younger too.
I mean, just remember, age is a number.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And you just find ways to have fun no matter what. And you're very social.
You have to be social and you have to be active. That was my goal, was to retire.
Have fun.
I mean, 32 years in basically an executive role, you know, is very, very stressful.
Right.
You know, so I'm not going to retire and then go away and die.
No, but a lot of people do.
I'm going to retire and do all those things that I could have done while I was working.
Right. I think a lot of people give up after working because that was their identity. What's cool about you is you figured out who you were without work, and you found out what you enjoyed after working, and you didn't give up, and you worked on your health.
Yeah.
And I think like it is part of working on your health and then finding new relationships and having a new identity after retirement. And I think that's hard to do for a lot of people. But you put yourself out there. You do the work, and you are willing to get uncomfortable to meet new people. I mean, he moved cross country right before retiring, which is hard.
It's easy to get depressed and give up, you know.
Right.
I mean,
that's the easy way.
I lost my wife in 2020. I retired from my job in 2020. I moved to California. I've never lived here before, in 2020. So that's an easy way to get quite depressed and become sick.
Right.
And, you know, I just didn't let those things happen.
You didn't let that become your identity.
Not at all.
And you probably felt some big emotions and feelings through that process, but you basically took everything that was hard and turned it into something amazing.
It was difficult. And then the following year, I lost my sister.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those things were all difficult, but, you know, you have to overcome that. Right. You know, and I've got 3 beautiful daughters, so it made it not easy, but without them, I wouldn't be here.
He had support. What would you say that helped you get through all that?
You guys.
Yeah, having family and support system. Yeah,
right.
That's really important. So, well, we have talked about a lot.
Right.
So now that you have went through, well, you're about to be 65, what is one takeaway that you'd want to tell people that are maybe younger, or anyone watching this about health, wellness, or mindset, any of those things?
I think the main thing that I would say here is don't wait. Don't save your money and get bad health.
Right.
It's much better to invest in yourself early and stay out of the hospital.
Right.
And I'm talking predominantly from the foods that you eat, the water that you drink, and the lifestyle that you have.
Right.
So, I mean, use your money now to benefit your life and live longer.
Right.
Or the alternative is to save your money and die young.
Yeah. So health is wealth.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it truly is. And when you look at the expense variance for buying gluten-free bread versus gluten bread, it's truly not that much.
Right.
If you look at how much it's going to help you down the line.
Sure.
And not only by you doing that, your kids see what you do, your kids are going to eat the same way.
Right.
And they're going to grow their family the same way.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah. It's a generational thing.
No, it truly is.
Yeah. So if you would have had diabetes and I would have inherited diabetes and your mom had diabetes, it kind of just gets passed on to the family until someone breaks that cycle. And so I think we've broken that cycle.
Well, and then they say, well, that's part of my DNA makeup. It's not part of your DNA makeup. It's what you made up.
Majority of your DNA is your diet.
Right. No, it is.
And lifestyle, but diet more than anything. Yeah.
And another biggie for me was drinking water.
Oh, yeah.
I struggled with drinking water.
A lot of people do.
And today I truly struggle still a little bit. But it makes such a difference. All those days when I would get super tired and I'd walk around the office and find chocolate to eat. Nowadays, I get tired, I find me a big glass or water jug and I drink it. And I feel so much better.
Yeah, you were just telling me
it revives me. I mean, water truly makes a difference.
Huge difference. Yeah, it helps with pain too, chronic pain.
It does.
Do you have any tips on how to drink more water, like things you like to do? I know to make it taste better or enjoy it more.
Yeah, I like to put the Ultima in my water.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because it'll give it the
flavor,
the fruit punch taste.
Yeah.
So I can. Yeah.
Ultima electrolytes. Electrolytes, a lot of times, if you're someone that struggles with drinking water, it adds flavor. And it quenches your thirst, and it makes it more enjoyable if you're like bad at drinking water, obviously.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Dad, for being here. And
you're welcome.
Enjoyed all your wisdom. And also, if you haven't followed us on social media yet, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.